The Planeswalker Traffic Report.
Up-to-date weather, traffic, spells, celebrity interviews, and much, much more.
Here is another installment of whatever this is. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Planeswalker Traffic Report. I am your host, Del.
I am his co-host, James.
And today's episode is sponsored proudly by the Tolarian Community College.
Catering is provided by Asmarina, Mardik, and Dyson Nicole in the car.
With listener support from listeners like you.
And listeners, remember, call in during the show at any point in juncture to win tickets to see Taylor Swift Boots live in concert.
Yeah, I hear she's in her haste era currently. And on to traffic. Today, we have major buildup on the Sheldon Menery Memorial Highway thanks to a shrieking Mogg who entered the battlefield at the wrong time. All creatures are currently tapped and causing quite the buildup.
Yeah, that Shrieking Mogg is definitely causing problems, but not as big of a hassle as the Slimy Burrito illusion. That just sounds nasty.
Ooh.
It being an illusion, it's like, is it there? Is it not there? So traffic's really getting slammed with all sorts of shenanigans going on.
It does not look like a good situation here. Indeed, I see cars spiraling out of control with the slime. Well, in other news, how you doing, James? How's life been in your side of the woods? Your neck of the woods.
You know, not too bad, all things considered. Just staying sane, just taking things day by day and just going from there.
That's about all you can do, right?
Yep.
Any interesting spells you've slung lately, sir?
As of late, no. I haven't really played that much Magic this week. I know when my brother came into town for a visit last weekend, we played some Magic and, enjoyed playing Modern with each other. Had a good time. Other than that, not really too much going on.
Good old-fashioned IRL Magic, right?
Yes. Especially not Commander, too, because I like Commander, but I love 60-card formats more.
See, I'm the other way. I like Commander a lot more. I feel like I have more range of decks I play against, and as well as what I play. I don't mind 60-card,
yeah,
but there's definitely no matter what, like you play the same deck over and over again, it's going to be pretty much the same line of spells, right? Like you're going to end up at that conclusion eventually.
Yeah.
Depending on what you play.
Yeah, I know. A big thing for me though is I started with 60-card formats, but I know as of late, Commander's been how a lot of people have been getting into the game, so it's kind of shifted how people start to play.
Right. I think it's an easier approach too, because with how expensive some cards are,
singleton
formats are a lot easier to sell to your friends rather than, all you have to have 4 copies of the One Ring,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, so let me ask you this. So your favorite format is what then?
Modern is my favorite format, and that's just because I have a lot of memories with it, and I have a lot of experience with Modern most in comparison to, say, like Pauper or Legacy or anything like that. But what about you?
I played my fair share back in the day.
Okay.
Currently it's Commander. It's got to be Commander.
Yeah.
Played a lot of Modern, like you said. I played a decent amount of Standard. Around Return to Ravnica into Amonkhet, I want to say, is when I stopped. But as soon as, I'm trying to remember what year I started Commander. It's got to have been like 2010 or 11. And once I started that, it's like, oh, this is a lot more fun building decks, ideas. And besides the power creep in most circles, it's a lot more fun and consistent. Like, just how to play,
Yeah, I get you.
It's like, I play, we'll get into this later, but I play more for the fun of it. And I think Commander's more like that besides CEDH. It's a more casual format where you could just shuffle up and play with a couple of your buddies, not really have to worry about grinding or prize outpay or anything like that.
Yeah.
So when you're playing Modern, usually you're playing to win.
Well, it also depends on the setting you're in, how competitive the other people you're playing against are, and stuff like that. Because I know I have a couple of meme decks here and there. I know I have Treasure Hunt, Zombie Infestation deck, Zombie Hunt. I have that. I bust out every so often. I play with Countryside Fling, which is basically Countryside Crusher and Fling, and just about 56 mountains. It's terrible, but it's funny.
I like that. That sounds interesting.
Yeah,
We'll have to get a modern thing together sometime.
yeah.
I'll have to dig out one of mine. I have a few legacy decks too that I think cards in it have since been banned since I
Mm.
last played. I think like Phyrexian Blue. I'm trying to remember the name of the card. Probe.
Gitaxian Probe?
Jackson Probe, thank you.
Oh, yeah, that got
I
banned a
think,
while ago.
and it's still in there, and I keep forgetting about it. And I'm like, well, every time I go to play it, I'm like, well, I think some of these cards are banned. As soon as I play, they're like, banned card. I'm like, I know, I said that beforehand. We're playing for fun. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
Haven't
mean,
found the cut yet.
I wouldn't have a problem playing against it just because I know I got into Legacy a lot later than some people. It would be fun to see what kind of power level that kind of a deck is in comparison to,
it
say, something I would have.
it's the best kind of power level where it's mostly luck.
Nice.
It's manaless dredge or landless dredge or whatever they
Ooh.
actually call it. I call it oops no lands.
Yes,
And you can
I
see
would
why
love to see
Gutaxian
this.
Probe is very useful in it, where
Yes.
it's usually like trying to get around the turn one move of discarding something and somebody removes it.
Mm-hmm.
It just shuts me down pretty quick. But it's a lot of goofy cards like that, and just trying to dump stuff in my graveyard, and Underworld Breach, or what's the black one, Underworld Bridge, and a bunch of zombies can come out once you like Narcomoeba's in it.
Okay.
Icarid, one of my favorite cards of all time, Icarid.
Nice.
Nether Shadow, bunch of little guys like that, and usually by turn 3 or 4 I can win, but most games, like 9 games out of 10, I don't get there, and it's just me watching you play your deck.
Mm-hmm.
But that'd be fun. That'd be a fun thing to do sometime, play against each other like that.
Yeah, I know when
Uh,
I started playing Legacy, outside of getting an optimal build of Reanimator together, I tried to make mill work in Legacy, and
ooh,
yeah, it was spicy to say the least. I threw in Painter Servant Grindstone combo. I had
mm,
Leyline of the Void and Rest in Peace along with Energy Field to prevent damage being dealt to me and to also help those combos out. Because I also had Helm of Awakening in it too.
gross.
Yeah, and then just your average mill spells like Hedron Crab, Glimpse the Unthinkable, and other stuff like that. But with the mill spells that have come out recently, with like Ruin Crab, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, as well as also Fractured Sanity, I know that could be very interesting to see how it would work out in like a mono blue build.
I like Tasha's Hideous Laughter. That seems like such a good card. I don't feel like it gets enough play. I don't see it around that much.
New hotness for mill for a while, and it really helped the deck out. But then I know for modern, it kind of fell out of favor because of how the state of the meta was in regards to some of the big dumb stuff that they were putting in, like Archon of Cruelty and things of that nature. So,
And I was gonna say the Grief and
yep,
Fury and the other free cast ones that are actually like 5 or 6 mana, I think. So
yep,
they could probably hit those numbers pretty easy. I could see that.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, it was good to exile those, but in the same vein, it's like, it's good to get them either surgical extracted or extirpated. And it's good for extirpate just because it has split second. So as soon as they hit the graveyard, they can't flash in there. They can't do the not dead after all shenanigans or anything because it's like if you have a
Mm,
black mana up, extirpate and just like can't respond.
that's dirty.
Yeah, I like extirpate. It's a really good card.
I think does that cost 1 black or is that a Phyrexian black?
That is one black. Surgical
Okay, I'm thinking of
extraction.
surgical. Yep. I
Yep.
was gonna say I have that one in my deck. I
Hmm.
couldn't remember which one was which because I also play extirpate in a couple of my. I like black. We'll talk about that later as well. We're
Yeah.
a really big black mage,
Okay.
but actually, speaking of which, looks like we got a caller on the line.
Alrighty.
Looks like Norin on the line. Norin, you're on air. Looks like we lost him.
It definitely
Yeah.
sounds like he's having some difficulties connecting. We'll give him a moment.
Let Looks like he was calling in about that traffic jam earlier, and I don't see him. Oh, it
Eh,
looks like we lost a call.
yeah. Well, hopefully we can get
Well,
him back.
yeah, we'll try to get him back. When did you start playing Magic? Let me ask you that, sir.
I started playing Magic in 2012, and I started playing because of Dark Ascension. Spring break,
Oh,
my
yeah.
senior year of high school, my brother and two of our friends went to a shop in the Boston area when we were on spring break, and we went and got fat packs of Dark Ascension because that
Oh
was
yeah,
yeah, because that
that
was
brings back
the
memories.
yeah, because that was the newest set at the time because Avacyn Restored didn't release yet. We got fat packs of Dark Ascension and opened them up, made very bad limited decks for what was in the set, and went from there. And I know one of the big memories for me is, and I still don't know to this day how I got it. So you might be able to help me out with this. Geist of St. Traft was one of my first mythics pulled,
That's a good one.
but I don't think we got any packs of Innistrad unless he was in Dark Ascension somehow. Because I know
We
he
should
was in
check.
Innistrad, but I don't believe we got any packs of Innistrad at all, unless we got like freebies for buying boost fat packs. But yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Dark Ascension,
yeah,
not Innistrad.
yeah.
And I'm trying to remember too, because now they're called bundles. But I'm like, did they put more than one type of pack in there? I'm trying to remember now too. Like back in the day, they used to do cycles, not just one set per plane. Like there was 3 sets per cycle. So it was Innistrad, Dark Ascension, and
Have
I'm
restored.
drawing a blank on Avacyn Restored. Thank you. You literally just said it too.
Yep.
Uh, so I think there might have been something with you get like 6 packs of one, 3 of another. Was that maybe?
I can't remember because I looked up the product information and it said there was like 6 packs of, but I didn't remember seeing any supplemental packs in there. Unless that was the case, or we somehow got packs of Innistrad and I just don't remember it. But yeah, Geist
We
of
are talking
St.
about 12 years ago, something like that at this point. So maybe
Yeah,
maybe my memory is a little fuzzy too. Like because I know a lot of stores do give out like promotional packs too to try to draw more purchases. Maybe
that
because back
might have been
then
the case.
I remember back then like those packs weren't really flying off the shelves yet.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of packs cheap.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got like Liliana's in one of that block, and that was another
Yeah.
big card later. But like when she was first out, my spouse actually bought me three of them, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like $30 at that point,
Oh wow.
right? And then now it's like it dropped down a little bit, but there is a point where like I think Liliana was like $100, $120 card for a bit.
Oh wow.
Since being reprinted and since being in a couple things not as good in the meta, but that's still one of my favorite cards. I still have all 3 of those interspersed between decks because that's just one of my favorite cards and sentimental value.
Yeah.
But to your point, I think it was like a mix, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Unless you have one of the weirdest misprints ever where they put the wrong card in the wrong pack.
I don't remember. I'm sure we probably did get Innistrad packs at some point. I just don't remember. One of my key memories was in us playing together with our friends and my brother. I equipped Elbrus the Binding Blade to Geist of St. Traft.
Ew.
And I didn't know at the time that was a lore win as well as obviously I won the match because of it, but I didn't know that in the lore that's what happened too. So that was neat.
Yeah, that's a favorite artifact of mine as well.
I still have
I
it
put that
too.
in the decks so much where they never do anything with it, but one of these days I'll get to pull it off and I'll be so excited. I'll be like giddy little kid again. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's half the fun of Magic, getting to do goofy stuff. And I think it's also like I said, like about Commander, like you can do a lot more of that,
Mm-hmm.
playing old cards and new cards and just goofy stuff.
Yeah. So how did
But
you get into Magic?
back in my day, I want to say it was like 1998, and we were kids playing Pokemon, and they outlawed Pokemon in the schools. They said they weren't allowed to have it anymore. And my brother and I and some of my friends used to be dropped off at school early, so all we had to do before school was Pokemon, so we had to find something else to bide our time with. And one of my buddies brought in a stack of cards his brother gave him for Magic, and we sat down, we tried to figure out the rules. It's like pre-internet, rule guide, those little inserts that are in like every pack now. and just kind of made up our own rules for it until later on we found out the real rules. But I actually still have my first Magic card ever, Barrow Ghoul. It has really cool, like, pulpy zombie art of like this dude crawling out of a catacomb. And if you ever get the chance, look up the actual art for it. The piece itself is a lot bigger than what's shown on the card. And they just kind of zoomed into one corner of the art, and it is beautiful. And every once in a while, I see like auctions and stuff, and I'm like, I kind of want to buy that, but it's like $5,000.
Oh wow, that
Never get
is
rid of that card,
that
right?
is a big piece.
And it's just like, here, this part here, please. Which I guess they don't have any much direction. They get their note saying paint this, and they paint what they want, and I guess they can do whatever they want with it after the fact too. But my first deck was like a Barrow Ghoul, and then like I want to say like a year or so later, I started getting Icarids. I'm trying to remember when Icarid was printed. It's another one of my favorite cards, and it was just a bunch of stuff like you have to sacrifice this creature. I'm like, oh no, and then getting to exile it to keep Barrow Ghoul out. Back in the day, 4/4 for 2 was a really big deal, even with that downside, and I won quite a few games with that. But yeah, it was like 98, I think, and then I want to say I think when I was in high school at that point, maybe like 2004, I started getting more into it because more of my friends started playing it. And I got to the point where like I learned how to play standard and then modern, now commander, and pretty much only play commander now because it's for me the most bang for my buck, most fun I have with it. That's in a little. I have a binder of all my favorite cards, and that's like in the front, like held together with Scotch tape and like well past well played.
Uh
About the time where I discovered what sleeves were.
huh.
But yeah, I've been every once in a while I think about rebuilding one of my first decks because it's like something with I'm trying to get the cards. Like there's one that can sacrifice lands to make mana, and I used to do that a bunch, and then do target player draws X cards, and I make you draw your whole library. Haha. Trying to think what my first like standard rotation was. Kamigawa. Played the crap out. There's so many fun like little like Ninja Turtle kind of references with the ninja rats and mechanics in that set with the discard and reducing people's hand sizes, and started getting really into it. And was it Return to Ravnica around there?
Nice.
Maybe a little before that. And every once in a while, coming into like FNM, trying to play a deck, and they're like, that card's not legal in this format, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I should check that, huh? Just get used to like shuffling cards together, going, oh yeah, we're playing in a sanctioned event. I better build a real deck, huh? Yeah, I've been playing for coming on 16 years, 26 years.
Okay.
How's the math on that? 26 years. Still
Damn.
old, and I still don't know how to play. I've
Yeah.
been playing Kicker wrong for the last, I don't know, 18 years. When did that come out?
Oof.
I didn't know you have to cast it to do the kicker cost.
Yep.
I thought it was when it enters the battlefield you could pay the kicker cost. I was reanimating stuff for years, doing the kicker cost then, you know, placing a card on the battlefield with like Aether Vial, doing a kicker cost, all this stuff. And like finally somebody like a year or two ago goes, hey, that's not right, right? And I go, nope. I look up the rules. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. I played sanctioned events. I did so much stuff where I'm like, I want to apologize to all these people out there that I did not play kicker right.
Oof.
And I'm sorry. No judges called me on it. No professional players noticed,
Yeah, no, it's
But
understandable. We will be right back after a word from these sponsors. Is the stack getting out of control? Is there too much interaction going on? Need to slow things down on the Omen path? Stop by the Interdimensional House of Pancakes. These stacks are held together by syrup and the spark of a Planeswalker. This syrup is so good, you won't want the stack to resolve. Our pancakes are so delicious, the flavors transcend the layers. So join us at the Interdimensional House of Pancakes today.
that does sound delicious.
And welcome back to the Planeswalker Traffic Report. Here is your look at weather.
We have a root maze out there today with all artifacts and lands coming into play tapped. Looks like it's going to be really hard for you grinders out there, but anybody out there playing a land ramp, going to be a little harder for you now. This weather report has been brought to you by Lord Windgrace Landscaping.
I might need to call them later for work on my property.
Well, that has been a look at the weather. What do you think, James? Gonna cast a little few artifacts over there, or
I
maybe
don't
cut
know.
down on the lands.
I don't know. It's looking pretty dicey. I think I might just have to hold up some removal to see if I can get that dealt with first.
Yeah, get your disenchantments ready, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, speaking of disenchantments, we got another call. We got Norin. Norin's back on the line. Let's bring it over to Norin, trying to win those Taylor Swiftfoot Boots tickets. Norin, are you there? I think we lost him again. I think there are
Darn.
some technical difficulties with the slimy burrito illusion. Seems to have seeped into the phone lines or something. I'm getting nothing but static.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyway, lately I've been playing a lot of Commander. We've talked before,
Yeah.
and this has been quite a busy week. Played on some streams, played offline, but we did a real big charity stream the other day with my good friend, the Unskilled Commander. Keep an eye out for him slinging spells your way. Does a lot of charity work. Didn't get the final number for what we collected that day, but it was 12 hours of nonstop magic fun. And let me tell you, I was glad to be a part of this. I'm always pleased when I get to play with my friend, especially for a good cause.
I've been following the Unskilled Commander for a little bit, and I saw that he's just been going headstrong into the charity streams as of late. And I don't know if it's a whole month kind of a deal or what, but yeah, he's just been popping up with charity streams left and right, and he's doing a lot of really good work. So hopefully I can maybe get in on some games with them. But if not, then just try and support him in any way, shape, or form.
I do know he is a sponsored creator for the Commander Sealed later this year, and I believe he does have some more streams planned for that. So keep an eye out, folks, for that coming your way. I did get to play a few decks this week. None of my bigger favorite decks, but some decks nonetheless that are definitely good fun. I got to play my Atraxa deck, Atraxa Praetor's Voice. And if you're not familiar with that, it's one of those cards that draws ire for a good reason. But I say every time I play it, it's not what you think. I play Atraxa Attractions, and I spell attractions with an X. You can proliferate your prize tickets, and it's all about all the legal cards for the Unfinity set. Building attractions, visiting attractions, building up tickets, and the little ticket cards have pictures and names, of course, but they also have abilities you can pay the tickets for. And I'm just pretty much making Atraxa bigger and scarier, which at the end of the day, I guess is what people build Atraxa around, but I'm doing it in the dumbest way possible, and that's my favorite type of magic. What are your thoughts, James?
I actually didn't know about that interaction with the attractions at all, so that's pretty cool to know.
It gets weird. It doesn't get too dirty. I think the worst interaction I've ever had with it, it wasn't the game we just played, but there is a attractions card. I don't have it in front of me. Let me look it up real quick. I think it's called Hall of Mirrors. Choose target creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn, except it isn't legendary if the chosen creature is legendary. And I had at least 5 creatures on the battlefield, maybe 4, and of course they all became Atraxa. So swinging out with a bunch of Atraxas is, chef's kiss, what I love for in Commander.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somebody's much to their chagrin goes, well, this just becomes every other accident with more steps. And I said, well, it's not what you thought, was it?
That's fair. That is a fair point.
And I think anybody who plays with me, I always try to brew a deck that's fun to play against more than it's fun for me to play. I'm going to try to win, but have a deck do the thing. My plan to do with the tracks is to get tickets and stuff, and it does it. I don't ever win with it, but it's a lot of fun to play, and I think it's a lot of fun to play against.
Do the thing mentality. I know back in college when I was playing, I had a very, very bad deck, and it was life gain with a Johnny Mentor Heroes and doubling season, and that was it.
Oh, is that the one that makes all the cats?
No,
Your life total?
a Johnny Mentor Heroes, his ultimate is you gain 100 life.
Still good. I mean,
Yeah, but you gain 300 life but don't have a backup plan for it, then you die.
like any good pillow fort deck.
Yep. Yep.
I have a deck like that too, where I just gain a bunch of life and I don't have much in the way of win cons. Mono white, and there's not much to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do play Approach the Second Sun, and let me tell you, every time they counter it, and I can't win that way, I get like 2 or 3 turns later, and they're just complaining that the game's going to take forever. I'm like, well, if you didn't counter the way to end the game, we wouldn't be playing still.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I had like it's your problem now that the game continues. I'm doing what I'm doing. You messed up, right?
Yep, you done
I did
goofed,
look it up real
Aaron.
quick. Don't mess me, wrong. I looked it up real quick. A Johnny Caller of the Pride. I had a life gain deck similar to yours, but the ultimate is put X 2/2 cat, white cat creature tokens on the battlefield, where X is your life total.
Yep.
And that's so much fun because if you have any of the Soul Sisters out, you gain so much more life. And if you're able to give them all haste somehow, which I had some way to do it, but I can't remember how I did it, you can just end the game. Somebody flashes in a way to prevent it. It's like you're making the game last longer on purpose, and then you're going to yell at me that the game's lasting longer. The other game I played was also a lot of fun. I got to play a deck I don't normally get to play. Hogak. Let me look up because I forget the rest of his name. I have a Russian print, so I always forget. Hogak, Arisen Necropolis. He's the commander, or it's the commander. I'm not sure what his chosen pronouns are. And the entire deck is filled with 1 CMC or less, not including the lands.
Okay.
So I call it one is the loneliest CMC. And I've gotten him out turn 1 some games. And having an 8/8 trampler with no haste is so depressing. So there's 2 cards. I think I have the Swiftfoot Boots, and I think I have what's the other one? Lightning Greaves to give him haste.
Yeah.
And it's like I think the only 2 cards in there that aren't CMC 1. But I had to cheat just to have a little more of an edge with this deck. And I got some damage in. I did pretty good. You can get him out and give him haste. You're swinging with an 8/8 trampler when people barely have anything on their board yet. But somehow I still didn't win because I think I was playing with Brian, the unskilled commander. He had gates. And we had a gate count up. I think he up to 10 at one point, but I don't think we were able to get the combo out with Maze's End. We lost to Benji the Brewer, who was playing Energy. I think it was Grist, the new Grist.
Oh, that's cool.
And he had a line. Oh, it was a lot of fun. But he had a line where he could proliferate. And he had a cycle where he could do it infinite times, he said, but I said, you don't have to do it 10 times. Where he cycled a land, he proliferated, got Steve out, shout out to Steve, and proliferated and like 3 or 4 card combo, and he only had a limited use, but we got up to 9, and then he's like, I think I can do it one more time, and he does like a line, he goes, oh, here we go. And that was it, that was game. But it was the best way to lose to poison/infect in a long time, where it's like, well, at least it's not like, why swing with a 10/10 and has infect and you have no blockers? Like one turn smack, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think who else. I think it was Binthia. It was a lot of fun, but I'm trying to remember what else was played. And of course, I played with like some of my friends off stream. Got to play some shenanigans. What else did I play this week? Oh, I have a Rule Zero Ghost theme deck.
Ooh.
Where I play with Whisper Squad. If you want to look that up real quick.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite cards, and it has an ability where you pay 1 in the black and search your library for another Whisper Squad. Put on the battlefield tapped and shuffle your library. And I can test that they forgot to put a line of rules text on here saying you have any number of them in your deck.
I could see
Because
that.
that seems like, right? So I built a deck with 30 of them. And thing about the band Ghost is the other band members besides Papa Emeritus is they are called Nameless Ghouls. And their helmets kind of look like the helmet in the art there. So I'm like, oh, you know what? This would be a cool crossover.
Yeah.
And I just got a copy of Dance Macabre, which is also a name of one of their songs, where I got the idea, you know what? I'm a big enough nerd with this band. I want to build a deck around their song. So 90% of the cards in the deck pertain to lyrics from their songs, song titles, so on. And then even the lands I picked were more themed for their music videos and their general aesthetic. And it takes a little like hoarding to get people to let me play it because they're like, "Oh, you're cheating." I'm like, "Well, it's not that broken, right?"
Yeah. It's more for the fun of it.
Right. Like, that's where I want more people to do. Like, build a goofy deck. It's not really in the rules. It's not really broken, but does something goofy and fun. Like, it's a little interesting to see, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think the only thing in this deck that's kind of dirty is I have the Sanguine Bond Exquisite Blood combo.
And that's not really that bad.
Well, the commander's veto, so he's kind of half of it anyway.
That's bad.
But it's so hard to get out that it doesn't happen too often, right?
Yeah.
And I got to put Mortal Kombat in the deck. It's one of my favorite cards, where if you have, at the beginning of your upkeep, you have 20 more creature cards in your graveyard, you win the game.
Oh, nice.
Have not won with it yet. have not won with it, but I have had that copy since Torment, which was 2002. It's
Nice.
well-loved copy, and it's just one of those cards where like I had to fit it in somewhere, and what better than a deck that somebody's could probably board wipe me on, you know?
Yeah.
So there is no song that fits this card,
Hmm.
but the art has a dude with like a Pope hat kind of looking thing, so I kind of justify it that way.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't remember too much from them, but always try to have fun.
And that's
I don't
what
always
matters.
win. Well, a lot of people have spreadsheets, and I'm a something in my brain. I love spreadsheets, but I'm like wins, losses, decks they play and stuff, and I'm like that'd be interesting, but I wouldn't do anything with the information,
Hmm.
and I don't really care if I win. If
Yeah.
I win, I win. If I don't, like we said before, and I was going to talk about again, I play to do the thing. I want to
Yeah.
build a deck that does the thing. If I do it, I'm happy as long as I did it. But if somebody's countering all my shit, or if somebody's like playing cards that like shut my deck down on purpose without really being on purpose, then I get a little salty. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah. It happens.
right? And I think I'm entitled to be a little grumpy
Hmm.
when I can't do the thing, right? Are you working on any new decks coming up?
I brewed Wild Seer Scouring Maw.
I just saw this the other day. That looks pretty dirty, you know?
Yeah. So I brewed that up. Definitely gonna need to tighten it up a little bit for trying to make it consistent, but I
Right.
have a lot of the enchantment creatures that are in, a lot of land drop help because Wild Seer is a 5 mana commander, so probably will need to get
Yeah,
some
you
help
need a
along the
little
way.
more ramp to get there, especially if you're going to play more competitive,
Well, it's not even
because
more
that's going to get.
not even more competitive. It's more so just to help with the big mana stuff at the end, like Kessage Cage Breakers, for example. I threw that
Oh,
in
I got
there.
you.
So yeah, I have.
Red green doesn't have too much as far as enchantment searching, but you don't really want that. You have Cascade.
Yeah, yeah, and especially with a good healthy mix of 1 to I think up to 5 mana enchantments. You'll get a good amount in there to help cascade into other things.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'll
That
have
seems like
to.
it might be fun. I enjoy Cascade from a distance. I don't think I've ever had a good time playing it myself,
Hmm.
only because I've always like I'll cast what's that big Eldrazi enchantment? As a good example, it costs 8,
Oh,
which I think was
Eldrazi Conscription.
Eldrazi Conscription. Thank you.
Hmm.
Uh, I would cast that and get a 1 mana enchantment off it. Like I don't ever hit anything good
Yeah,
when I get the Cascade,
I get you.
but I can see the enjoyment, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, nah, I don't have good luck with that.
Hmm.
But speaking of Bloomborough, I am working on. I don't know how to say it. Igra, Ygra, Eater of All.
Oh, that one. That looks good.
I I love Golgari, and
Hmm.
anytime there's a new set, there's always a Golgari guy that calls out to me, and that's one of the ones where I'm like, this might be it. This might be the new card that I'm like is all me.
Yeah.
Just making everything artifacts. There's so much dirty things I can do with black green, right?
Hmm.
I'm not going to get it because I haven't built into it yet, but uh, there's the Seraph card that I've been working on, where you
Okay.
can board wipe with them.
Okay.
That's one of those decks where I didn't finish because it didn't click,
Hmm.
and now like with this deck, it kind of does what I was looking to do with Seraph, where I'm like, oh, so taking all those cards over here, and kind of like, well, now it's this now. So
Hmm.
Seraph's going to go in the deck, much with the budget, other like targeted artifact removal
Hmm.
and mass artifact removal and just other weird stuff that I'm like, this is going to be fun. I'm going to have a good time with this. That being said, if it gets too mean, I will no longer have fun. And that's usually where I go. I'm like, oh no, oh I am become death. This deck's no longer fun, and then I just stop playing it.
That's fair.
Happened to me with Fibblethip.
Ah.
I built a Fibblethip deck where there's a really cool combo with him and Proteus Staff, I think it's
Ooh.
called, where the wording on it is worded just wrong enough where you target it, put it on the bottom, and you have to reveal cards so you get a creature card. He's the only creature, and then it says put it on the battlefield, and then put it on the bottom of your library in any order, so you can actually stack your deck with it. So you stack your deck to a point where Fibblethip will let you draw 2 cards, draw your combo pieces, stack a couple things after that too to draw cards from there, and you pretty much just do a really sweaty 15-minute turn where you get everyone to draw out their libraries, everyone to mill, and then you win.
Okay.
And it's one of those cards where I'm like, I love this deck, but every time I play it, like 5 minutes into my turn where I'm trying to win, people just give me this look. I'm like, oh no, no one's having fun. I don't like this deck anymore.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
Right?
I am familiar with Proteus staff because of the Urza Polykraken deck. I've been tinkering and learning it because I won the full proxy deck from Eisenherz a couple months ago.
Okay.
Fiddling around with that to learn that deck as best as I can.
The
That
commander then?
Urza Lord High Artificer.
Oh, the mono blue one?
Yeah, you use Proteus staff to deal with the token that Urza creates. Get in, you flip into either Tidespout Tyrant or Hullbreaker Horror. Flip a bunch of mana rocks, make infinite mana, and just go from there.
Yeah, that does sound miserable. Like, but if you're playing CEDH, that's I don't want to say that's the point. I don't want to disparage another format that I don't care for,
Mm-hmm.
but that is kind of the point. Like you're going into the game planning on playing the game, right?
Yeah.
Where it could be quick, easy fun, or it could be somebody playing the broken cards together and getting a win from that. And I can appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's different. So it's just it's interesting to try and figure
Stepping
out the
outside your comfort
combo.
zone.
Yeah, and I know another deck that I've been working on, Popper EDH.
I keep wanting to build something that and Pendragon, where it seems like a fun format, and I can't get around to it because ultimately I don't have enough people to play with the playtest. But that's one I really want to. I really want to get into.
One of my favorite cards of all time is Invisible Stalker.
Oh, that's a good choice. I like that one.
Yeah, and it's an uncommon, so I can use it as the commander in my PDH deck. So I made Invisible Stalker Voltron.
Seems fair.
I really wish Invisible Stalker was either reprinted in a newer set or had a rarity shift because I feel it would be really good in either Pioneer or Pauper.
I mean, there is an older card, Phantom Warrior. There we go. The old art is my favorite. It has like a really cool like comic book looking art. Greg Staples. Oh yeah, it's a good artist.
Yeah, that is pretty good art.
So like that, there's an option there for you. I used to play. I think I still have it. A 60 card Pauper deck. That's pretty much goodness gracious.
Delver Secrets.
Delver of Secrets.
Jeff
God
Goldblum.
dang, it used to be my Twitter handle, and I'm like, I know it's something punny, but Delver. I used to have Delver.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these unblockable guys, all the uncommon ones I could find, really, and then ninjutsu.
Interesting.
So I got to keep ninjutsuing ninjas in. And one thing I did, there's these two owls that you get let you scry, but you can't put them on the bottom of your library. Like look at the top 5, put them back in any order.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd get like turn 1 or 2 Delver, peek at the card, make sure it's not instant or sorcery, and then if I get the owls out, I can stack my deck to make Delver, the bigger guy. But then ninjutsu the owls back out. I do it again and again. One gets to draw a card, the other one I think mills them and just like do a lot of combo damage. I used to call it my mono blue aggro deck, and it used to do pretty good. Like I was tempted to like try to build it for modern, but anytime I played modern in paper, it's like I built this really fun deck, and like, well, I'm playing the top tier, you know, turn 2 win deck. It's like, well, I don't like playing anymore. I like a little mix up. If everyone's playing the same damn deck, I don't have fun. And the meta by my store, actually, I think last I heard from my shopkeep, I think modern doesn't even fire anymore. It's gotten so bad. Like no
Yeah,
one wants to
especially with
play,
Nadu and Grief and all that. Yeah.
right? And even before that crap, there's other decks doing goofy stuff where they're like, "This is not fun." And I'm like, "That's where I'm at."
Yeah.
And I see like uh, Twitter and Reddit posts where it's like, "Oh, stores have in-store ban lists." I'm like, "Yeah, because everybody in the store is miserable, having a bad time. No one new is going to come into the format." I think that's another good reason why Commander's so big. There's a good entry level where there's pre-made decks that are really good bang for your buck. Like
Yeah.
most EDH decks go off, but it still takes a couple turns, so you can at least do something. And if you know what they're doing or you get good at it, you can also start playing cards that go against that and, you know, push people to the dark side of playing stacks.
I have a
But,
villain arc story in regards to that, and it's Grand Arbiter Augustine the Fourth.
uh-huh.
I got super salty one time and just built Grand Arbiter stacks out of pure salt. I played 2 games, got instant stacks out with like stasis and winter orb and stuff.
Mm.
And yeah, I played 2 games and then I took the deck apart because everyone hated it. And I'm like,
It got it out of your
yeah,
system, right?
yep.
I currently run, if you want to look it up, the Grand Calcutron. And I don't play it often, but it's my blue-white stacks deck. I built it back when Silverboard was still legal in Commander for a little bit. And if you look at it, it does enters the battlefield. Each player's hand becomes a program. You have to put your hand in an order from first card on the left to the last card on the right. You can only play the first card of your program, so whatever order you put them in, that's the order you can cast them. If you draw a card, you put it anywhere along the order. You know, choose a new spot for it. And at the end of each player's end step, that player has fewer than 5 cards you can draw up to make it 5. So I get them out. Everyone makes a program, and it's all stacks pieces. So what happens is I don't play any counter spells or any interaction besides locking the board down. I let everybody else fight amongst themselves, and you know they see each other's hands, and it's all like, "Well, I don't want him to cast that, and I don't want him to cast that." I'm like, "Yes, good, good. Let the hate flow through you." So somebody finally goes, "Why don't we just get rid of him?" I'm like, "Oh, wait."
That's
But
great.
but I call that my Uncle Touchy deck, based on that Patton Oswalt joke. If you've heard of it. But I actually got Jeff Lobenstein altered it last time he was in town. He actually
Nice.
put a little robot Patton Oswalt on the bottom for me. It was
That
such
is
a
cool.
sweetheart.
That is cool.
Yeah. That's like one of my treasures. It's like, I'm never getting rid of this. Even if this deck gets taken apart, that's going to go in a frame on my wall because it's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it looks like we have another caller on the line.
Yeah.
Looks like we have Bucky. Bucky's on the line to win the Taylor Swiftfoot Boots tickets. Go ahead, Bucky. Well, don't get angry about it.
Good lord. Are you okay,
Well,
Bucky?
it seems like you're going through some dark stuff, man. Like, you won the tickets.
Hey
Is this
now.
about the root walls? Whoa!
Language, Bucky. Come on, man. What
We're
are you
gonna have to
doing?
censor that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't say those words in this universe, bud. Is it because of the recent nerfing in Lorcana? Okay. Well, this is the wrong card game, dude.
Do you want the tickets or not, Bucky? Come on, man. I thought we were friends.
All right, we'll let you cool off. We'll send those out to you, bud.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll be back with another word from our sponsors.
If you or a loved one you know has been victim to solitaire gameplays by Nadu Winged Wisdom, you may be entitled to compensation thanks to recent litigations in the trial of the Ready Imperial Tactician. The law is on your side. Call now. The Bird Law offices of Kefnet, Spara, and the Raven Man. Call now.
And with that ad read out of the way, we are back.
So
Sorry.
that's been a good day so far, huh?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Except those guys trapped on the Sheldon Menery Memorial Highway with the slimy burrito illusion. I think it's been okay.
Yeah,
Bucky
I
won some tickets
yeah,
to Taylor Swiftfoot Boots.
and was rude about
She's in
it.
her haste era, I think it is. I
Yeah.
don't follow popular music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hopefully no burritos. 'Cause that's been enough of a mess.
Yeah, burritos and slime. Nah, just it's been a bad time today on the Sheldon Menery Memorial Highway today. So, and
Are we sure that's slime, or could that just be really messy guacamole? I'm not 100% sure.
I don't
Do
know.
they have guacamole on this plane?
I don't know. Either that or sour cream or something. I don't know. It's just
No.
it's just not a good
It's
time out there.
But anyway, come back next time for our good friend to be here, some more fun. It does look like we have Norin's back. We're going to try again with
Hooray.
Norin. Norin, are you there? Are you there, Norin? We just can't. I don't know.
He's
We
just
already
not
gave
having
away
good
the
luck
ticket-
today.
Norin, if you're there, we've already given the tickets away, man. I'm sorry. Better luck next time.
Unless you're
think- I
trying to
think-
give a ground report on what's going on.
I'm not sure what he was trying to call, and I feel bad. If he's
I
trying
do
to get those
too.
tickets, well, you have to call in next time, Norin. When we have, I think we had Cloud Post Malone tickets. Was it?
I
forget.
think
I
so,
have notes
yeah.
somewhere. But try again next time, buddy. But I have been Dell,
I've been James.
and that has been the Planeswalker Traffic Report.